Hi everyone, this is Void Dwarf Studios. Michael Pelham speaking. Hello everyone. We are currently setting up the D&D game. I'm just tinkering with some bits and pieces, trying to see if I can make sure this all works out right. So we're currently waiting for our players. This was the bonus content I've been talking about. I had been wanting to run some D&D campaigns for a long time because D&D is awesome, and I'm hoping that you're all going to get to enjoy it, and you will see, hopefully, a very enjoyable episode. I've only got about an hour because I still need to go off and I need to pick someone up. The beautiful Tanya, in fact. I need to go pick up Tanya. But yeah, I thought I'd make a little one-shot which everyone can get to enjoy after the rush that is the Christmas period, which I had a fantastic time. So many presents. The floor was covered in wrapping paper. It was just bonkers. Right, let me just have a quick look at a few things.
Science.
Right, after a few technical issues, we're up and running. I've already said this, I don't know why I'm saying it again, but just in case, I'm Michael from Void Dwarf Studios, and with me is my older brother Tim, who is the strapping looking fellow with the goggles, and next to him is one of my best friends in the whole world, George, or in this case Kakuna, and his lovely mug of Emperor's Finest.
You need to get through days like this, but good evening, everybody.
My brother-in-law Sam should be joining us soon, as he's going to be playing the other elven fighter. But yeah, in the meantime, we've said we're going to start just without him, just because we're on a time scale, unfortunately. But next time, hopefully, we'll have more time for this. Anyway, Christmas has been and gone. Santa has managed to deliver all the... great name, Tim, I love it. Santa has managed to deliver all the presents to all the girls and boys across the world, and all the elves were looking forward to a little bit of a break before the rush gets back in for preparing for Christmas. You three had been going out, you'd been drinking the night before, you'd finished your shift and you were celebrating and very joyous, and you came back and you saw elves fleeing the workshop and screaming in terror, all of them saying that there is a monster inside and there are goblins everywhere and they're destroying the workshop. But they're all, compared to you three, manly elves, as manly as elves can be. Decide yourselves, we will not let Christmas be ruined by a bunch of goblins trying to steal presents. We're going to go in and we're going to teach them a thing or two. So you have gone to... You've gone into the reindeer pens, where you know that there's lots of various bits of equipment stored for people who are naughty and nice, depending on how Santa's feeling. And you've kissed yourselves out. Twinkletoes has managed to find himself a lovely set of armour, as well as a sword and shield. And because he is a bit of a rough and tumble type of elf, he's more than proficient in them. The other elf, who will be being played by my brother-in-law, has similarly found 2 blades. And George, who's always had a kinship with animals and knows the North Pole really well, has a companion in the form of a polar bear, as well as an arrow, a quiver, and a short sword. And it's time that you take the workshop back for Santa Claus, because Santa was inside the workshop, and you're a little concerned because he's not come out yet. So,
Right.
No initiative rolling needed just yet. How do you wish to proceed?
Finish my drink.
That is a very sensible start.
Right,
Check the way to the nearest door.
and see if my bear is ready to go.
Sweet. Your bear growls in a affirmative. Roar! Big jaws. Very happy.
Roos the bear is coming with us.
Bruce, excellent.
No, Roos, as in R-O.
Oh, Roos, excellent. I like that too. So the nearest doors to you, you've got a big pair of double doors, which you came in, and you have a smaller door which you know leads towards the workshop.
My door seems to be the best choice, isn't it?
Yeah. Smaller door is my door.
Okay,
After you, Tim.
all of you move outside into the snow. Okay, you are confronted by a door. Do you wish to attempt to open it?
Is it locked?
That's what I mean. Do you want to attempt to open it?
Again, after you, Tim, you've got the sword and board.
Yeah, I'll try the door, just sort of give it a gentle open, be ready to force it open.
The door appears to be locked. And unfortunately, or fortunately as the case may be, I don't think any of you are particularly trained or have thieves' tools.
Feels weird to break into your own place at work.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but if I break open this door, I'm going to have to fix it tomorrow.
That is a genuine concern.
These hands are for making trains, not fixing doors. Let's try and find another one.
So they're for trains, not for pains.
Yeah.
You want to try and find another one?
We could try and have Bruce smack it down, but I want to have its bear paws.
It's up to you. You know, as this is this workshop, there are two entrances. There is the big one at the front, the main door, or there is the side door, which you are currently at.
Maybe we should risk trying to smack this door down, because if the goblins are doing what goblins do, we're going to have a load of stuff to fix anyway. What's one more door if it means the goblins do less damage elsewhere?
All right.
Before you do that, make a perception roll for me, both of you. And for the bear, in fact.
Well, the bear didn't do very well, but I think I've done alright.
I think you've done fine.
Bear's like, I don't want this.
Bear is currently distracted by snow. It's eating the snow.
That's not too bad. A natural 20.
That is not bad at all. You can hear, with your ear pressed against the door, the clear sounds of crashing, banging, and excited giggling coming from inside.
Well, either they started the party without us, or there's goblins in there. Either way, I think they deserve a fright. And on 3, and I give a bit of space for Roos to
come in off
his paws on the door along with me.
Okay.
Let's force it.
Okay. Make a strength check with advantage as Roos is helping you.
Oh wow, those are not good rolls either way. I'm guessing those are probably fails.
With advantage, I got 21.
Good. Okay. Good.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah. No.
Like, you know what?
Yeah. Right. So the bear slams its weight against the door, and not much happens. You then kick the door and realise that the bear had mostly managed to, break the door apart, revealing inside some very naughty goblins.
Smashy, smashy.
And you all get a surprise round. I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
Jeez Louise. Doesn't matter the format, still can't roll well.
Oh, George, some things never change. Roll for...
Well, at least Roos did okay.
Oh, that's true. Roos did actually pretty well.
Oh
no.
Oh, Tim.
Poor Tim.
And I'll quickly roll for Sam. Oh wait, +2, so 8. Right, I need to roll for some goblins, so...
Thank goodness for that surprise round.
Right, in this instance, as you guys have the surprise round, top of the round is Roos the bear.
I think he's going to just try and charge through like the two goblins in a straight line.
Okay, Tim, if you could make an acrobatics check just so Roos doesn't knock you over, as he has to move through your space.
I got a 10. Is that a success?
That's... You knew Roos was coming to be charging after you, so that will be a success. So, in this instance, Roos is charging towards the nearest... Woo! Straight through the goblin?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're in a straight line.
Okay. In that case...
He bring his full might to bear.
Hey! Love it.
It begins.
So, make a athletics check to see if you knock the goblin prone, and I'm guessing you're attacking the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to do one in together. So, athletics check. I
Yep.
remember what the there, and then the other one. Oh, come on. So apparently we do not do... We look scary and not much else.
Well, the first goblin, you have actually managed to... I mean, it's a goblin. You know, it was never going to. Athletics aren't really its thing. So it's feeling a little bit knocked down. I'm just looking for a little symbol to represent that. That'll do. The second goblin, however, you've just kind of slammed into it, and I'm gonna say you have one attack you can make against the goblin because you've kind of used your first attack to barrel into that one, and second attack.
So attack. Come on, Roos. Oh, come on.
So
what was it? What was in what we just drunk? Good lord.
I think you guys had been. You're still recovering from the alcohol of the
extra special eggnog.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, we just made the goblins. You know.
I mean, the goblin is surprised, most definitely, but not enough for it to be knocked on its rear.
More probably surprised that it actually came out of that pretty easy than anything else.
Yeah. Right, Sam has now joined us. I've just noticed. Sam, can you hear us?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, I can.
It is your.
You can hear me. Good.
Yeah, we can hear you too.
The mic is working.
I know. The joys of Christmas. It is your character's turn. Roos the bear has just bowled over a goblin who's lying prone and is attempting to maul a second. What do you wish to do?
Can I go and cut the goblin what's prone's throat?
You can certainly try. If you make a acrobatics just to squeeze past Twinkle Toes.
Okay, that's just acrobatics. That's dexterity, right?
That is, yes.
So I need to get the character sheet up.
No, that's fine.
Two. Okay. Plus 2.
Without any issue whatsoever, you just weave past Twinkle Toes and go ahead and make your attacks.
Okay.
I'm assuming
How do I?
you should be able to move your character.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that.
Okay. Cool. Make your 2 attacks.
Okay, so what do I do? Have the short sword or the long sword?
Because you're specialised in dual wielding, you can use, in fact, you can use each attack to use one or the other. So you can pick, essentially.
Okay, I use my short sword.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay, so... do I add my proficiency for the weapon?
Yes. That should be already on the sheet I gave you.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, more than enough. Go ahead and roll some damage. You had advantage anyway because he was on the ground, but
Yep, so that's... sorry. That's roll 1d6 plus 2.
3 points of damage. With a fantastically aimed slice to the goblin. That's actually doubled because you... oh no, that's not critted. I'm looking at the wrong thing. You've next attack, Sam.
Okay, I'm going to use the long sword.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad that we were able to do this little adventure. Oh, that's unfortunate. You have inspiration, which I've given all of you to allow you to give 1 re-roll if you so wish to choose it.
No. I've stabbed myself in the foot.
You attempt to swipe the goblin, and as it giggles as it ducks out of the way, and it stamps its heel on your boot, dealing... Oh my god! The goblin manages to slam its heel onto your foot and does 4 points of damage.
We're gonna die.
This is going interestingly.
Turns out this is the origin story for the goblin horde.
Maybe it is. Right, Tim, it's your turn.
Given just how well the prone goblin is turning out, I'm going to step forwards past my fellow elf in trouble, giving a bit more space for the ranger to come past as well. And I'm going to attempt to finish off the prone goblin with my longsword.
Excellent. Move up to the goblin. You can, of course, move diagonally. Yeah. And, yeah, good idea. You can, in fact, attack both from there. Yeah, the first one definitely hits.
I was hoping to be able to get, to roll the damage at the same time. So
I see. I appreciate that.
3 damage.
Oh. Yeah, the first swipe, you've managed to do a little bit of damage to the goblin. It's not looking happy. You have one more attack you can make.
Oh, okay then. I doubt that hits though. 9.
You have advantage because it's currently on the ground. That'll do.
That'll work.
That'll do. Okay, roll for damage.
And 7 that time.
Yeah. Goblin, just with one mighty swing, its head falls off. And the little hat rolling across the ground and making a little jingly noise.
Lovely.
Okay. George, it is your turn.
Let's go take a step up.
Yep.
Can I hit goblin from there or shoot it with my bow without hitting anything else?
You certainly can try.
Well, that's a 12 plus 15.
I was about to say, you should have just a +5?
Plus several, yeah.
Is it? I can't remember how much it is for your archer.
Where is it?
Hang on, let me bring it up quickly. I'm
Plus 7 for the longbow, so...
I am almost sure you hit, frankly.
Yeah, so it's like, no, that's a hit.
Yeah.
Right, then.
Cool.
Damage.
So, damage. I was like 99.9% sure with your bonus that hits.
1d. That's a 9.
Oof. With that, the arrow slams straight through the goblin's stomach, and it practically sinks to its knees, and it barely gets up again. You look like you've practically killed it. It's on death's door. Yeah, you got +7 with your bow.
What's that? No,
So 1d20 +7 for your if you want to shoot it again.
We'll also do. I mean, yeah, let's try to see if we can have another shot. Oh, well, that's a hit as well. Damage. That's another thing, yeah.
Yeah, the second arrow just slams through the goblin and it just goes out the other side, and it collapses to the ground with. And now I need to roll some initiative for some goblins. Okay, and the second one.
Why has my luck forsaken me?
I could not possibly tell you.
Usually I'm really lucky.
Right, so goblin with 20 is going to attempt to attack Roos with its candy cane of death. That's an 18. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna hit Roos. George?
Say again, sorry, Michael.
18 to hit on Roos.
Oh, yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty sure that goes through.
Okay, and it does 6 points of damage.
Ooh. Go, Bruce.
Okay, it is now in fact Roos's turn.
Right. Okay, time to take this guy down. Right, we can multi-attack.
You can.
Pretty sure she'd do it. So, 2 attacks, 1 with bite, 1 with claws. So we'll do the bite first, which is
Yeah, that hits.
Pretty sure
that hits.
That is a D8 plus 5. So that's a 9.
Ooh.
And then the claws, That's probably not a hit.
What's that?
13 actually, so maybe.
Plus what? Sorry.
It's a 13 in total. So what does that get me?
That'll get him actually. These goblins are not wearing very much.
Ooh, 2d6 plus 5. Yikes. Yeah. So that's 15 damage.
Yeah, that bite that last attack by itself, just the goblin is cloven into 3 equal-ish pieces and is just lying on the ground. It's
Root mysterious now.
And now it's the last goblin's turn, who, seeing all of its friends get completely and utterly mauled, decides to run away.
Fair.
Nope.
For the
I'm not
moment,
having a running combat.
no. You are now considered out of. Well,
Can't run after it.
you can try. It is in fact Sam's turn. Do you wish to try and run after it?
I'm an Eldritch Knight, right?
That's correct.
Can I cast Magic Missile at it?
If you can see it, yes.
Okay, where? Oh.
Wait, doesn't Magic Missile not need line of sight?
Ooh, no, it's a homing weapon. But no, the door's open, so yeah, go on, go for it.
Okay. So. Good. Damn it.
So you have 3 darts.
Yeah.
1d4 plus 1 for each one.
So that's 3d4 plus 3. That's right?
I believe so, yes.
Open my Magic Missile, you'd be able to see. I'm thinking of the old Magic Missile.
Okay. So here's what happens. The goblin did manage to run out of sight past the doorway. As Sam's character unleashes magic missiles down the corridor, they streak around the corner, and you just hear a high-pitched "Ah!" and a thud to the ground. You can't see him, but you're fairly sure he's not in a good place.
Can I now move to the door and check?
You can. You have 30 feet movement. So I will reveal what you can see.
I have its presence.
Is that a door to the north of me?
That is indeed a door. I'm just revealing stuff there for you. Alright, so you moved 5, 10, 15, 20. You've still got 10 feet more movement if you want to use it.
Is the door open?
The door doesn't appear to be locked. You have a go at the handle, and it swings open.
Well, no, I'm trying to chase the goblin that ran away. So
Oh, I see.
I guess did you go through this door here?
Right, as you run across that corridor, you see lying in a heap on the ground a very dead goblin.
Comforting.
It looked like the missile struck it perfectly in the back, forming a wonderfully shaped Christmas tree.
That's a dark Christmas tree right there.
However, when you step where you are, I need you to make a dexterity save, please.
Right. Oh,
Try again.
what's it doing now?
If it's easier, Tim, just go to the dice icon.
Yeah, probably going to be.
Ooh. With a deftness and grace that you yourself were not even sure you possessed, you see a beam full of spikes swing down from the ceiling, and you leap out of the way in time for it to crash into the wall. That wasn't there when you were last here.
Things are looking a bit unjolly out here.
They are, distinctly.
Goblin artificers. Disgusting things.
I know, terrible. But yes, I'm going to take you guys out of initiative for the moment. So you can move around freely as you so want to.
Is it attached by ropes to the ceiling?
Yes, it is.
Okay, definitely chopping that down while I'm waiting for the others to catch up.
Okay, you chop it down, and
Can I check that room?
you can. The door is unlocked, and you go in. It appears to be Santa's forge, where he makes many of his more metal-based bits and pieces. There's presents lying on the side. There's some half-finished bits and bobs, some of which you've not seen before.
Okay, I'll go back into the hallway.
Okay. George, what do you wish to do?
I'm going to check and see if Bruce is okay, first of all.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I guess we'll go and have a peek through this door.
Bruce growls a affirmative. He's that candy cane was surprisingly painful, but he's feeling okay. Yeah, he's a big old bag of hit points. He's fine.
Doesn't mean things don't hurt him.
No, absolutely. Right. The door in front of you, George, doesn't appear to be locked. It's partially ajar.
I'm going to gingerly stick my head around to make sure there's no other spike traps or whatever coming down.
Okay, make a perception roll, please.
Let's do it. Right. No, blood. The 13? Yeah, 13, I think.
Okay. There are no traps that you can see except for the one lying on the ground that Twinkletoes has just cut down.
Into the hallway.
Okay. There is another door, which...
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
Can I listen to see if there's anything beyond it?
Yes, you can. Make a perception roll, please.
That's a 16.
You can't hear anything.
Alrighty. I'll try and head inside then.
Okay. You pop inside, and all you can see is this is where the elves would normally be working on various projects for Santa. You can see tools lying around. You can see the odd bits and piece of armour, some weapons. It's kind of a mess in here. You can see the goblins have tried to ransack this place. Right, Tim, what do you wish to do at the moment?
I'll check the next door.
The one behind you?
Yeah.
Okay. You go in. The door is not locked. And you find what appears to be a sort of chocolate and sweet room. You know that Santa prepares many delicious delights, including various drinks that warm the soul and make people feel much better about themselves.
Oh, in that case, I look for something useful for helping out with, clearing the workshop of these foul fiends.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Not a perception check?
You can make a perception check if you so choose. Yes. Right. With that, you've scanned the room and things are quite tidy in here, so a lot of it's put away. But oh no, wait. I was about to say, how did you get?
I pressed the wrong button.
Okay, fine.
I rolled a 10 for perception.
A 10. Okay. That's fine. You have a little look around. The only two things you can see lying out are two vials of reddish-coloured liquid.
No labels.
There are, in fact, labels. When you walk over to them, you find a potion of merry healing and a potion of giant strength.
Ho, ho, ho. I'll take those.
Okay. Sam, what do you wish to do?
Check the room at the back here. There.
The one at the one that's no one's been in yet.
Yeah, that room.
Okay. You go inside. This appears to be a kind of a smaller workshop. This tends to be where all the more intricate, tiny toys are made. But you do see really random odds and sods stashed in here. You're not sure if people who've just thrown things in here to try and keep them away from the goblins or what, but At the moment, yeah, it looks relatively tidy. They don't seem to have gotten into this bit yet.
Can I roll to see if there's anything useful?
Do you wish to search the room, or do you want to just look around?
Look around.
Okay. Make a perception check. 13.
Huh? Has it rolled it twice?
Yes, it has.
No. Okay.
Oh.
You've rolled a 5 and a 13.
I made the same mistake. If you go to the dice icon,
Yeah,
and
it's,
you go 2 thinking it's roll 20 plus that number. No, it's roll that dice that many times.
Yeah.
right. So try that again with the correct number of dice. Okay. You look around the room. Can't really see anything in there. Nothing that you can see. Not without a proper investigation.
Okay, I leave and go to join the others.
Okay. All right, George. What do you wish to do?
Can I have a quick look around, see if there's anything of note or any goblins hiding in the workshop area here?
Make an investigation roll.
I'll have the bear do it as well. I don't think we found anything.
You found the normal tools that they're lying around in various states of.
I got a grand total of a 6.
Yeah. You don't really find anything more of value that you already knew was there, like various tools for making the toys and such. At the moment, no, you haven't been able to find anything of particular
I
note.
better smell things out. He's got an advantage on things that rely on smelling stuff.
He can. So if you're trying to smell with a bear, roll again.
Oh, Tim.
Oh.
Is that the third one?
Oh God.
My bear.
Okay.
It ain't happening.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
You rolled
You rolled
a 2 into a 3, so...
Yeah. No. Roos can't smell anything of any particular... No, he just kind of looks at you.
Two of us, we shoot arrows that look scary.
He kind of looks at you inquisitively and has an... If you were to try and assign an expression, it would be a, what do you expect from me? What?
To smell something, damn it.
Right. So, what do you guys wish to do now?
I think keep looking for trouble is the general.
Okay. Do you wish to go further up?
Yes.
Where's the main doors?
Right.
So the main doors, if I just reveal them for you, the main doors were down here.
Okay.
Trying to click it. Anyway, the main doors were down there, and yes, that would be where you normally would have come into the workshop. But above you are where you know the mess hall is, where the elves go to eat.
I guess we'll find lots of goblins there eating our food.
Probably.
Vile fiends.
Right, so you wish to have naught?
Yeah.
Hopefully they've got into the special reserve eggnog by now.
Let's reclaim our lunch.
Yeah.
Well said.
And yeah.
So,
And if they vet at all, we will eat them.
as you do. So there are 3 doors.
Do you want to try left or right? Or middle?
I say we try the right one. You're already there.
What about if we go through all 3 at the same time?
I'll never be expecting that.
Yes, and whilst I do it, I cast Burning Hands to set things on fire.
I'm pretty sure setting fire to the wooden wall.
So are you trying to set fire to the door, or...
Well, what's behind the door?
You'd have to roll a perception check to work that out.
Okay, I roll perception.
Seems like a good idea.
Well, Sam can't seem to hear anything, but Tim, you can hear the sound of cutlery being thrown, giggling, laughter, and just general naughtiness going on in the room.
There's an 18 for Bruce is sniffing.
Yeah, Bruce growls at the door.
What is he, just like mouth watering food or something?
Yeah, he's just kind of... Bruce is hungry.
What about if we give the potion of the giant strength to the polar bear and send him in the room?
See, actually, I kind of think that idea.
Okay, if that's what you guys want to do.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Could he fit through the door then? If we,
or how about we save it until we actually see a big need for that sort of thing?
Yes.
Depends on the duration of that thing.
Well, you don't know for sure, but you know it will last for about an hour. At least.
Well, it does sound like fun watching him turn into an engine of destruction.
Alright. I hate to rush you guys, but I've only got 10 minutes, so we can always pick this up another time, but...
No, let's do it. Kick in the door. Give the bear the potion.
Bruce,
get in there.
Bear, potion, door kicked in. Okay. It's unlocked, so the door swings open and he lands on top of a goblin.
For Santa!
Right, a surprise round for all of you guys. So roll for initiative.
I get. Okay, Roos looks like he might be going first. Oh, Tim, good lord, man.
It's a dex check, I don't get to roll.
Oh, what on earth?
Oh.
Okay, I have no right to complain.
Oh, me, oh, my. Okay, so
the jingle bells for surprise rounds.
Yeah.
I think it might have just been you guys got thrown off by a bear just swinging a potion of giant strength and smashing in a door.
To be fair, when Roos drank it, he did sort of froth at the mouth and just roar, barreling in through the door. I'm gonna make an acrobatics check for the goblin to see if it gets out of the way. No. No. A disadvantage actually because it did not know you were coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, either way, it didn't make it. Bruce barrels in and the goblin just goes, ah! Just gets slammed down onto the floor by the bear. So, he is now knocked prone. Bruce, not Bruce. Why do I keep calling him, stop calling him Bruce. Roos, what does Roos want to do?
I mean, I'm tempted to say he wants to charge another goblin.
Sure, he can do.
Yeah, let's try and charge a goblin.
Okay, make an athletics check for me, please.
Oh, that's not good. Bruce, why are you like this?
Remember that his strength is... Hang on.
Now a lot.
Well, his strength is now 23.
Oh, good lord. So that's a +6?
Yeah, so he has +6.
So 13.
So that's still enough. The goblin is just slammed onto his back.
See, giving the bear steroids was a good idea.
Don't take drugs, kids. So yeah, I'm going to say you get one attack you can make on the goblin as you use your first one to barrel him down.
Bite him.
Okay, bite. Go for it.
Ooh, that's with the modifiers, I might still make it. That's a +7 plus another. So that's another plus. Okay, so that's an 11. So probably not.
Just misses. The goblin on the floor just kind of slams the candy cane inside of Roos's mouth and is trying desperately to keep him away from him.
Shoves it in the wall like that.
Yeah. What makes the goblin more anxious is the fact that Roos is chomping on the candy cane staff, looking to quite enjoy the taste. George, it's now your turn.
I'm going to try and coup de grace the goblin on the ground here.
Okay.
Do I have to roll anything else? Or can I just finish him?
You've got... the goblin hasn't actually been wounded. It just got knocked prone. So if you want to shoot and or stab him, bearing in mind if you stab him, shoot him, then you have a disadvantage because he's right in your face.
He's on the ground, though.
That's fair. So it cancels out. So yeah, have a Shoot, fill him full of arrows.
There we go.
That'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do. And roll for damage.
I think he's dead.
No, he's still screaming in pain, but he's almost dead.
Fair enough. That's me done then, I guess.
So one more attack. You've still got another shot.
Ooh.
Yep, that does it. And roll for damage. Plus,
Wrong end of the arrow or something.
plus, I think that's 1 plus something.
It's plus, I believe. I have my dex modified damage.
Yeah.
Don't I? So pretty sure that's plus 5.
Yeah,
No,
that does it. With a second arrow slamming through its eye socket and out the other side, it just slammed into the deck. Okay, it is now Tim's turn.
I charged the last goblin that's been unmolested so far.
Okay, roll your 2 attacks.
13 to hit,
That is enough.
so 7 damage with the first strike.
Nice. The goblin.
And the second one is a fumble.
Oh. Yeah, you swing. The goblin is almost cleaved in two. It's in a really bad shape, but with your second swing, it just ducks out of the way, and it attempts to stamp on your foot. No, it misses. It tries to stamp on your foot, but that
That's what you
fails.
get for trying to deal with Twinkle Toes.
Exactly. Sam, it is now your turn.
I go to the one that's being pinned by the bear and I try to stab him.
Okay, roll your 2 attacks.
If I just let me move that.
Yeah, that lovingly hits. Go ahead and roll
so
for damage.
That's with my long sword.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you stab it through the stomach. It squeals in pain, and as the bear is still bearing down on it, go ahead and roll another attack.
Okay. This is my short sword.
Oh. The goblin, it would attempt to try and do something to you, but it's currently pinned by the bear, and it's trying desperately not to die. I will now roll for the 2 goblins, and I think
They probably shouldn't have tried to give it a breath mint before dinner.
probably
They have, it's the candy cane.
it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so goblin fighting with Twinkle Toes is going to attempt to strike you. What is your armor class?
Unfortunately, it's 18.
So that's a hit. So it then rolls for damage and does 3 damage to you. It leaps up in the air and whack slams its candy cane down on your head. It smells nice, but it was a rather unpleasant and painful experience. Right, it is now Roos's turn.
Consume.
Consume. Okay, roll for damage.
With minty fresh breath.
I know, right? Is this a claw or a bite or
No, this is bite.
bite? Of course.
1d8 plus 5 damage.
Plus 6 because of giant strength potion.
Okay, so that's 13.
Yeah, in one bite, the goblin's head is ripped clean off of its shoulders. And Roos just starts to swallow it and then has a rather disgusted expression on its face and just spits it out in just a gooey, drooly, bloody pile. And then proceeds to chomp on the candy cane some more. Okay, it is now the...
Because he's got to move back, I'll have him move toward the other goblin as well while chewing the candy cane menacingly.
Excellent. Right, so George, it is in fact your turn. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to go stand up on one of the tables
Mhm.
and shoot the other goblin.
Go for it. That'll
Oh,
hit.
that's a hit.
That'll hit.
That's 8 damage.
Ooh. Plus the damage that Timothy had done earlier, that was enough. The arrow streaks past Twinkle Toes and slams into the goblin's throat, and it just gurgles, going and collapses to the ground. Right, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it there for now, but there's still half a map left to uncover. So, are you guys up for exploring the rest of this map another time?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, and we won't have so many technical difficulties this time, which will be great. Right, so part 2 will come soon. In any case, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you all soon.
Wait, were we recording?
I can hear you.
No, it's alright. I just want to make sure I don't have to go joshing with the mic or anything.
No, that's all good.
Before any recording starts, I just
Morning,
want to
guys.
remind the GM that the bear has only just taken a potion of giant strength.
That's okay, I have borne this in mind, and ironically, I started the recording about a minute ago. Just in case. Just in case something funny happened.
Like that.
Like
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
And-
Bears on steroids.
Yep, bears on steroids. And with that, through the magic of editing, welcome back. When we last left our intrepid heroes, they brutally liberated most of the workshop, and they have now managed to... Well, they've given a bear a potion of giant strength, so he's now at strength 22, which is hilarious. You've managed to explore almost half the workshop. So, what do you wish to do now? All the goblins in the room are currently dead. You appear to be in the mess hall area, where most of the elves would typically get really, really drunk after the celebrations at Christmas. There are no elves around. You can see various signs of destruction. You know, tables turned. I know it looks pretty neat on the map, but bear with me. Tables have been turned over. There's small pools of blood splatter everywhere. Looks like the goblins tried to mess up some people who legged it out of the building.
Are there any survivors of elves? Or anything of note?
Not in this room. Not that you can see.
Is there any food untouched?
Make a perception roll.
Or food?
Right. Looking around the room, you can see several flagons of different kinds of alcohol that have been untouched. There's bits of mince pie, there's bits of roast turkey lying on the table, some beef, some gammon, in various stages of being half-eaten or left, which you imagine was in the rush to get out of the workshop when the goblins turned up.
Okay, I eat lunch.
I want to start checking the next doors. We've got to find Santa.
I don't see if there's any more elves or goblins that need our help or harm, respectively.
Okay. You try that door, I'm guessing, Tim. It is
Yep.
it is not locked. Hang on, is that doing it? Reveal area, come on. There we go.
I guess I'll check the door immediately across from me.
Okay. As soon as you open the door, I need you to make a dexterity save, please.
11.
Okay. When you try the handle and push it forward, you hear a weird metallic rattle above your head, and a bucket containing something falls on your head. I would like you to take
Shake it off. Shake it off.
5 points of acid damage.
Oh,
And
I say. That's not very merry.
And exactly, not very merry at all. And revealed in the room,
More goblins.
more goblins. Everyone, roll initiative.
Hurrah.
And I need to roll initiative for said goblins. So, goblin
I
with...
think I'm going first.
Sorry?
I think I'm going first with that. 24 total.
Ooh, Sam got a 17. Very nice.
Woo! That'll be a 22
George,
then.
George, that's one of the best rolls I've ever seen you done so. I've seen you do so far. How quick is the bear?
Let's find out.
He should have, I think, +2 to his initiative. Oh, 4. Okay.
So he's probably going last.
Yeah. So, Goblin I without hat rolled a 14. I apologise to everyone watching this who are screaming at me trying to work out how to use this properly, but I'm still learning. Goblin with Kane closest rolled a 2. +2 was 4. Okay, so that means top of the round is Twinkletoes. What do you wish to do, Tim?
I give the bad news to the goblin in front of me. I've got fighting style protection, and it says shield master.
Yep.
I can attack with the shield as a bonus action after attacking normally.
Yes.
Can that be like a bull rush to push him out the way?
It can
So clear the square.
Make
so
an
longsword attacks and then a shield.
To push him, I would say make an athletics check, but yes, you can do that.
So longsword attacks, then the athletics check.
Yes.
Okay. 23 to hit with the first strike, and 13 damage.
Nice. Yeah, you start making your bull rush, but that single swing was enough to just cleave the goblin in half.
In that case, can I step forwards and try and give the second strike to the other goblin?
You can. You can use your bonus action to
take a 5-foot step.
Yeah. Well, your bonus action you could use to strike, I think. But yeah.
Okay. Well, so
natural 20.
Hit with the second. Yeah, natural 20, and I rolled a 7 damage.
So that's 4. That's 14 in total. Yeah. Just again, you are really offended that you got hit by acid, especially from a childish prank like a bucket across the door. And
do I really need to call for help at this point?
It's up to you.
I already cried out about the acid. So.
Yeah, the acid would have probably made you cry out, so your companions would be aware something was going on. So Sam, it is in fact your turn.
Okay. I move to. Can I move into? Can I move to the other door? The door there.
Ooh, don't go too far, Sam. Yes, you can.
Then I try to kick the door down.
Okay, you need to move your character back a little bit, Sam. Back to where the door is. You see another goblin down the corridor who's making obscene gestures at you.
It's a trap, don't follow it.
Okay, I take cover behind the door. Behind the wall.
Okay. Are you trying to hide, or...?
Try and take cover to see what he does.
Okay. In that case, that will be George's turn. I got indeed.
So, I guess me and Roos are gonna... I'll head through this door, Roos will head through this door.
Yeah, you see Goblin. Oh, Roos is going last, just so you're...
Okay.
Because of his initiative, but...
Yeah, then. Right, then...
So you see a goblin down the corridor making obscene gestures.
I will try and shoot him.
That is a very sensible idea.
Oof. Right, modifiers time. That is a... Yeah. +5?
11.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
No, that the goblin manages to duck the arrow, and whilst briefly looking concerned, it then just does a kind of expression at you.
I will take an extra attack with my as part of my attack thing because.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go. That'll do.
So between the eyes.
Yeah. As for damage, that's 1d8 plus 5 times 2.
Yeah.
So 16.
Yeah. Basically, as soon as the goblin makes that expression at you, your arrow goes straight through the eye socket that it was just pulling down, and it just suddenly goes Just collapses to the ground.
Alrighty, yeah, that'll be done then.
Okay. It is now. Now it's the last goblin in the room, who takes one look at the situation and
I
goes,
smile and nod encouragingly.
Eek!
Like, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, and just runs out the door. Everyone make a perception check, please.
12.
15.
14.
Okay, in that case, only Sam's character hears this. You hear, actually no, both Sam and George hear this. You briefly see the goblin run into the door at the far end of the corridor, and you hear some rather excitable squeaking and crying, and then you hear a roar and some stamping of feet. Followed after this, both George and Sam also hear someone in the room just opposite to George banging on the door saying, "Let me out!"
It'd be a trap.
Alright, top of the round. Tim.
I'm going to go to the corridor, which the goblin has fled through, and look to continue the liberation.
Okay. You've got a maximum of 30 feet movement, so you could 1, 2, 3, 4. You could move 3 more spaces if you so chose.
Okay. Can I move to near the door and ready an action to slash any goblin or slightly bigger creature that comes out?
You certainly can. George.
Yes?
It is your turn. You heard someone yelling and banging on the door in the room you haven't checked in yet.
Well, by this point, I'm pretty sure Roos has caught up with me.
Oh yeah, Roos. Yeah, of course. I forgot about poor Roos. Who's still roiding out on his new favourite narcotic.
Right, we'll try and open the door then.
It appears to be locked. As soon as you try to open it, someone from behind it says, "Please let me out."
I'll shout back. We're going to open it, but you need to stand back for your own safety.
Okay. And you hear a couple footsteps going backwards.
I then direct Roos to smash the door down.
Okay, make a strength. Oh, yeah, no. Roos just frothing at the mouth, just going, slams himself against the door, smashing it to pieces, revealing, if I could get this thing to actually reveal it like I wanted it to, there we go, revealing a familiar face, Gendry the Elven Blacksmith, responsible for making many of the more intricate magical items that Santa gifts to those who have been good. And he looks visibly terrified at the polar bear, frothing at the mouth and smashing through the door.
He's just strong.
Let's try getting their armor.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Gendry goes, "Oh, okay. Hi, glad to see someone's still around doing something. And that's the end of your turn currently, George. Sam.
I go through the room on the left to join Twinkle Toes.
Okay, so your movement 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. You can get to just there.
Okay.
You can dash, of course, if you want to go any further.
Then I dash.
Okay, so you can move 30 feet again if you so choose.
Okay, I'll go to the other side of the door.
5, 10. That will get you... Yeah, you can just about get to the other side of the door.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to consider combat over for the moment, because there are no immediate enemies in the vicinity.
Well, no, I mean, if nobody comes through the door by the time my next kind of go round goes, I'm going to try and crash the door open.
Oh, fair enough. In that case, let me just quickly put your initiative back on. Tim was at the top of the round. 18. George got 19. You had 4. Okay. All right. So at the top of the round, there is no one has come through the door just yet. What do you wish to do, Tim?
Can I make a strength or athletics check to try and break the door down?
You most certainly can. Make a strength check for me.
19.
More than enough. You smash down the door, and to your horror and surprise, you find a giant figure of a man, white as snow, with 2 rather surprisingly scary-looking snowmen next to him, and the goblin excitedly pointing at you and screeching in its own language. The figure, dressed roughly like Santa Claus, glares at you and roars. It's about 3 times your size and nearly twice your height.
Is that a troll dressed up as Santa Claus?
Make a intelligence check.
Not a perception check?
This is more of a have you seen this creature before kind of thing. So you can clearly see it, but I'm asking if you can remember what it is.
Okay. Let me just make sure I'm rolling the right stat. Yeah, okay.
Clearly, we need the steroids, Bear.
Okay.
18.
Yeah. You've not seen something. You're a bit confused initially because it's not tall enough to be a frost giant, but it's also larger than a troll, and it looks slightly deformed. It looks like it's slightly hunchbacked and ill, but it's got some very classic frost giant features that you're aware of, such as the crystalline ice around its body and the fact that as it breathes, cold air is coming out of its mouth. Even the room itself feels cold. Colder than it should. You think this is some kind of either a misshapen frost giant or a freakishly big troll.
It was a frost giant born with dwarfism.
Right, okay.
Not the weirdest thing in D&D.
So, what do you wish to do?
I want to step back to the side, so to try and... can I taunt in some way? Because I want to get it to come out of the room to where we've got a bit of a choke point.
Sure, make a...
Persuasion?
Persuasion. Yeah, it would be persuasion. You're not trying to intimidate it, you're trying to persuade it.
Okay. 10.
Just checking my stat here. What exactly do you say to it?
Come on, you warm excuse for an icicle.
The creature roars at you and seems like it's getting ready to try and bull rush you.
Okay, well, I want to step back outside the door so that it has to follow me out.
And its initiative is... Initiative of 17, so it goes at the same time as Sam. Right, and the... Okay. Hang on, and the other snowman. Cool. Right. So, right, it is now... In fact, Sam and the... Sam, can you roll a d20 for me? Just to see who goes first,
Yep.
you or the giant Santa Claus. Well, I got a 14. So
9.
So, giant Santa goes first. And he comes crashing through the door frame. It's slightly too small for him, so he kind of busts shoulder charges through it. And he tries to make an attack on both of you. So he's going to swipe first at Twinkle Toes that it saw coming through the door. +9. So that's 13. I don't think that hits you, does it?
That's not going to do it.
Yeah, so it swings a massive icicle-like fist at you, which you manage to duck out of the way, and throwing its other arm out as a clothesline, it tries to hit Sam. Yeah, that's going to be a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Okay. You take... Is that plus... you take 16 points of damage. Its massive arm just comes swinging out and almost slams you against the wall by the impact. It is a solid punch.
I start laughing.
That is a reaction you can make. Sam, it is in fact your turn now.
Okay, I want to... can I use my action surge?
You can.
Because that means I can take another turn, doesn't it?
Yes. Memory serves, yes.
Yeah, I've also got second wind, which I can use at some point.
Which can give you back some hit points.
Yep, okay, so I'm going to strike him with my sword.
Go for it.
+5.
Yep, that hits.
Okay.
Looking at him, he doesn't appear to be wearing armour, just some rather poorly fitting Santa outfit, which is ripped in places.
This is using my long sword, so it's a D8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I want to say 2.
Okay, 9 points of damage. You do a very distinctive cut across its chest. You notice that he doesn't really bleed. You hack it, and it feels like you're trying to slash through ice. It's a really odd thing to witness.
Okay, now my short sword.
Okay.
+5.
So that would be 13. Unfortunately, that does not hit. It hits.
Doesn't that give advantage?
It does. He's flanked. Roll again. Good call there, Twinkle Toes.
Wow.
Unfortunately, your sword hits the Santa-like monstrosity, but it just clangs off of the icicle rock-like chest.
But I've got the action surge, so I get a...
But you have the action surge, so you can have another go.
Okay, so this is my long sword again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. So as long as I can do more damage than he did to me, I'm happy. +2, so that's 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep, another cut slashed across, this time the shoulder. You're really making his part of his shoulder for the garment starting to fall off his arm. It was very badly stitched together.
Okay, it's my short sword.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh.
Roll damage.
Okay, so D6, right?
Mm-hmm. And then times that by 2.
+2, so 16. But, yeah,
14.
16, sorry.
My brain was like, math. Hang on. Well, no.
No, plus, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, you stab straight through its fist as it tries to block your attack, and the sword goes through and out the other side, making it roar in pain. It's not looking like it's on its last legs, but it definitely did not enjoy that round.
As I lay the final hit, I say, seems I've done more harm to you than you did to me, mate.
George, it's now your turn. You have Gendry the blacksmith in front of you, who looks a bit panicked and worried. What do you wish to do? You can hear fighting, roaring, and the sounds of weapons clashing against something.
What's the Do we know what the spinning disc on the map or spinning thing on the map is yet, or no?
Well, that in that case is me not being able to hide that properly, so that's my bad.
Okay.
As you can clearly see, that there's not much point in it being there. It was a trap, but I'm just going to say, for the sake of this, that the goblins didn't have time to properly.
No, I was going to say, like, if I don't know it's there, like, my character would probably just take the straightest route and walk straight into it.
No, I that's my bad. I thought I'd managed to hide it, but not on this occasion. Oh well. Yeah, you go down the corridor and you see a weird-looking monstrosity trying to look like Santa Claus.
It's not like polymorph Santa or anything, is it?
You don't know. You've not. Make an intelligence roll.
Don't want to shoot Santa by accident. That would be a total of. That's a -1. That is a 12.
I will say you have advantage because you are in your own turf, your own territory. The North Pole.
Nope, that's definitely.
Nope, that's even worse. You aren't really sure. You think it looks a bit like a frost giant, but it's too small to be a frost giant. You're really unsure. Maybe it's a troll that's just really big. You're not entirely sure.
Wow, yeah, no, I've got nothing in nature either. I don't know anything. So, yeah, I guess if I don't know better, I guess I'll just try and shoot it.
Okay.
Shot. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Plus, so that's 7 damage.
Yeah. The arrow thunks into its chest and sinks about 3 or 4 centimeters in, and it kind of roars. And it's weird. The skin doesn't so much split; it cracks from the arrow.
Interesting. At this point, I'm also going to get behind Bruce.
Behind Bruce. Very good idea.
Bruce.
How big is the polar bear?
Large.
It is a large creature.
So could he ride it?
But not indoors, no.
Indoors, if he tried to ride it, he'd be bumping his head against the ceiling. A gnome, very comfortably, could ride the polar bear.
The classic indoor cavalier build.
Fun times. What do you wish to do, George?
I think that'll be it for now. Maybe Hunter's Market, I guess.
Good idea. Okay.
Should do that before Hammer, there you go.
Right. He is Hunter's Marked. Okay, so, top of the round, Twinkle Toes.
Right, I guess I'll give him the good news with the longsword again.
Go for it.
That'll be a, thank for goodness for advantage, that'll be an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be 7 damage. I guess I get another one, don't I?
You do. Your sword clangs against its arm, and it, again, weird cracking-looking sensation happens. But yeah, it's taking damage.
Okay, and a 14 to hit.
14 total.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that you strike it and it hits, but it kind of bounces off a weird rocky crystal-like structure on its back, and it kind of looks over its shoulder at you and growls. You can see that this creature has almost pure white eyes, and it's sort of drooling at the mouth. It looks quite horrific, honestly.
Is this some kind of goblin alchemy ghost Santa?
You don't know. Or you can
because if it was Santa, it wouldn't be threadbare goblin sewn together Santa suit, would it?
Make an intelligence check.
Did they just get a hobo and show him for chemicals and put him on the throne?
18 on intelligence.
Because you're not overly proficient with the arcane, you don't really know for sure if the goblins are capable of doing this. Like, in theory, it's possible to make a drug-addled, like, berserk Santa, you suppose, but you would have thought Santa would be more powerful than that. Like, this is the same guy who can get around the entire world in one night, and you've seen Santa Claus on one or two hunting trips quite casually tackle polar bears for fun. It's you find it really hard to believe that these goblins could have somehow done this to him.
Okay, so that combined with the ramshackly sewn together Santa suit means this is the leader that strolled into the goblin camp and went, "I'm your boss now."
Maybe that would be a very plausible situation.
Okay. Well, I've hit it as many times as I can without action searching, so I'll
Okay.
leave it at that.
Right. It is now time for Frost Santa to punch someone back, and because Sam did an awful lot of damage to it, he's going to take umbrage at that and attempt to do a multi-attack on him. Oh, no, I've done that wrong. I apologise. Let's do this one at a time. 23.
Yeah, that hits.
And 15.
Fairly sure that hits.
Okay. Okay, that means he gets both of his fists, and you see almost like rocky-like icicles just sort of appear, growing slightly out of the fists as he jabs twice towards you. You take... So that's the first one. Oh god. You take 22 points of damage from the first punch.
Ooh, God.
I think I'm out of commission now.
And 6 damage from the second, as it wails on you with 2 powerful blows. Are you down to 0?
I think. Try to think of how many hit points I actually have, because I lost 4 last game,
Mm-hmm.
and you've not actually sent me my hit die. How many hit points I have?
I'm sure I
So,
did. Hang on, let me
no,
double check. I sent you the character sheet, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you sent me 6. You didn't send me the one with the hit points.
Oh, I apologise. Hang on, everybody.
No, I was going to say, because of level 5, right?
Yeah.
So,
You have 44 hit points total.
yeah, I'm bleeding out.
Okay, you are currently unconscious, lying on the floor, and next turn you'll have to make a death saving throw. Right. So we skip Sam. It is now George's turn.
Alrighty.
You've just seen Frosty Santa just wail on one of your companions with some rather prodigious punches.
Bruce, chicken.
Nom, 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 nom.
Okay. Are you making attacks with Roos? I will get that right eventually.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay. Make an attack roll with Roos. With advantage, because he's still technically flanked, even though Sam's unconscious.
Right. So bite and then claw. So we'll bite first.
Mm-hmm.
That gets plus 7 to hit, so that is a 16.
That is a hit.
Grand. So for damage, D8 plus 6. Ooh, 15.
Nice. The bear runs up, and as the abomination Santa reaches down towards the unconscious elf, Roos clamps his jaws down on that arm, and you see big cracks appearing on this monstrosity, and it roars in pain. It's starting to look a little rough.
That's probably a no.
No.
That is a +8 to hit, so...
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Roos, whilst...
Advantage.
Oh, yeah, you have advantage. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I'll take the 2.
Roos slashes his claws onto Frost Santa, but unfortunately wasn't able to make through the stony icicle-like armor it seems to have. Yeah.
Can I shoot past Roos, because he's a large creature, to hit the large creature behind him, or do I need to go around?
No, this creature is taller than Roos, so I will say that you could still make a shot.
Alright, 2 shots. That's probably a miss. That's a 10, so that's a no. Actually, no, I get a bonus to hunt.
You do get a bonus, but that's for damage, if I remember rightly.
I'm just getting the description. Where is it? Yeah. So yeah, I hit in the first place, so that's a miss. Second attack. That's a hit.
Oh, that's a hit. That'll do.
Oof. Oof. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah,
so
the arrow
+5, so 7 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
The arrow kind of thunks into the side of it and bounces, but it caused a crack on the side of this creature's head. There are now like cracks starting to appear all over this creature, and it's looking pretty rough. It is now it is now Twinkletoe's turn.
Okay, I think it's time to use the action surge to go twice.
That sounds very sensible.
And just try and hit him as many times with the longsword as possible. So 24 to hit.
That'll do.
Doing 13 damage.
Yeah. The longsword carves a nice slice across Frost Santa's back. And
the second one is 24 to hit, doing 6 damage.
Ooh. Okay, Tim.
And then the next turn from the action surge is another 24 to hit, doing 8 damage.
Nice.
And a 22 to hit, doing 10 damage.
Okay, where do you want to place the final strike?
I'm thinking it's a decapitating of the frosty thing that passes for a head.
All right, with you're just going slash, 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 just almost in an almost berserk-like fashion, just trying to fell this horrific abomination attempting to look like Santa. As it sinks to one knee, looking like it's in incredible amounts of pain, you taking your sword, almost dropping your shield and taking your sword with both hands, aim for the neck, and you meet resistance. It's like a weird crystal rock-like structure, but with all your might, you slam it into this creature's neck, and the head falls off, and it crumples to the floor.
Now let's find Santa.
You also hear some very scared shrieking from inside the room that the creature just came out of.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got to make a death save, don't I?
You do need to make a death save, yes.
On my next action, I can pour a healing potion down his neck.
You haven't done a bonus action, so you could, in theory, move and then pour it down his neck now, if you so choose.
Yep. I'll pour that merry healing potion down his neck.
Okay. Sam, roll a d12.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam. The first thing you experience when you start to regain consciousness is tasting the last few drops from the potion, and you swear to God it tasted a bit like mulled wine. It was warm, it was soothing, you just feel so much more merry. You feel so much more in the Christmas spirit.
I want more.
You have you're now up to 5 hit points, and second wind might be a sensible suggestion.
Yeah, I'm going to use second wind.
Okay.
Because that's give me a sec. Okay, it's D10 plus my level.
Tim, make a perception check for me, as you're right by the door, and you can see into the room.
Right. 8.
Plus...
No. That's with the plus.
Okay. There are 2 snowmen. They seem to be melting.
Ah. The magic spell has been... They're animated by that thing. I step into the door to look for that last goblin.
As you step into the door, the snowmen that looked like they were holding lumps of coal just start melting into the ground. And the goblin is right in the corner, looking terrified as all hell. There is a small puddle of something you don't care to think about on the floor, and it's right up against the door, looking terrified for its life.
Can I do an intimidation check as I walk towards it and say, "Where is Father Christmas?"
Make an intimidation check with advantage. It's already really scared.
If we can get a chair, I've got a crossbow. We can always interrogate him.
Oh, natural 20. That'll do.
Natural 20 minus 1. Oh, okay. Okay, the goblin looks up at you and goes, ha, 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 and it kind of points to a set of keys that are on the wall next to you, and it just kind of, and it then points to the door behind it, and it then just kind of shrinks as small as it can get, and it covers its face. Just kind of go,
Okay, I point to a place for it to sit down out of the way and get it to throw its weapon away.
It's not even holding onto its weapon at this point. It's just...
Okay, so I get it out the way and unlock the door.
Okay. You unlock the door, the key turns, and inside you find a tied up and slightly beaten up Santa Claus who's looking more frustrated than anything else. And he looks over to you. Oh, my boy, thank you very much for coming so quickly. Don't suppose you could help an old man with these stupid bindings?
It'd be my pleasure. I found him! I go cut the ropes off him.
Okay.
Very gently.
Okay. You can see that Santa, but just for a casual observation, it looks like Santa's been a bit roughed up, you imagine, by that strange monstrosity, whatever it was. Yeah, he's looking cheerful, as he always does, but, bit of a black eye, bleeding from 1 or 2 places, and a little bit stiff when he eventually stands up. I think now I can actually safely remove the turn order thing. But yeah, he steps out towards you and he gives you the biggest hug. And he says, "Thank you, my boy. Are all the elves okay?"
We haven't seen the elf casualties. Just goblins.
They are on my naughty list for the rest of existence, I think, this particular clan. Unless we can make them change their ways.
I think it's only of issue to one particular goblin.
Oh. And then he looks surprised, and then... Well, very well. I mean, we had to get rid of them somehow, I suppose. Let's see this particular goblin. If you guys want to move normally, you can.
Okay.
George, you see Gendry the blacksmith running out towards you, and he goes, "I was really worried about you guys for a minute there." And he sees the Santa monstrosity lying on the ground, and he goes, "I had a bunch of magical weapons back down the corridor that could have made that a hell of a lot easier." Didn't any of you investigate the workshops?
I'm trying to remember, did we, guys?
You went in, you did perception checks, but none of you investigated.
No, we just gave the bear steroids.
Yeah, the only person who investigated was Tim. I know, he did a perception check and he found the potions that were on the counter. But none of you investigated.
I did investigate a room, I just didn't find anything.
It worked out fine.
Yeah, it worked out fine in the end. You guys were... He looks very surprised, and he's like, Well, clearly you guys didn't need them. I mean, he points to the Santa thing on the floor and he goes, I mean, that thing, well, it ate an elf. I didn't see what happened to many others because the blooming goblins locked me in here. I presume they wanted me alive to make them presents or something. Yeah, and then that thing, I don't know what it is. Some kind of freak. And very much not in the Christmas spirit.
No, but at least we've saved it.
The
spirit, not whatever that is.
Yeah. You see your polar bear just kind of staring down at this weird looking decapitated frosty Santa, and it just kind of pokes it with its claws, just going Rrr. You have one goblin left. How do you all wish to proceed?
I think, given Santa's feelings, the best thing to do is tower over it, look down at it, and go, "Boo," and watch it run for its life.
You want to let Santa have it? I mean, we should probably realistically interrogate it, if nothing else.
We break its kneecaps and we chuck it out into the winter.
That's not very Christmassy.
No, not at all. It's already on the naughty list for the rest of existence. I think that's enough.
Well, St. Nicholas was known for beating up quite a few people.
Santa's gonna try something. Now I need to roll for the goblin. Okay. At the moment, George, are you stepping into the Santa's office?
I guess we might as well see what's going on.
Yeah, Gendry follows. You see Santa Claus kneeling down to the goblin, and it's speaking. It seems to be speaking in its own language. It's this weird guttural, but also squeaky tone at various points, and the goblin just stares back, wide-eyed, and you see it briefly nod its head, and Santa then smiles and, flicking his hand, Sam would recognise this spell. He uses prestidigitation to make himself look perfectly back to normal again. And he goes, well, our little friend has just agreed to clean out the stables for the rest of his life. And those reindeer have very hearty appetites, so that will keep him busy for the rest of his life. And I also said that if he decides to run, or if he decides to do anything naughty in the future, and he points to the polar bear, Roos, as I understand it, has a very good sense of smell. And he won't get far smelling like reindeer manure.
So we've enslaved the goblin.
Yes, we have under the promise that he will be kept alive, and maybe, said Santa, if he continues to be good, he might get a present one day, rather than a lump of coal.
To be fair, this is the middle of winter. A lump of coal probably wouldn't be the worst.
And with that, with a big booming laughter, he pronounced to everyone, Merry Christmas again! Thank you all for your efforts, and let's get ready for a happy new year where we can all get properly drunk.
I think we've earned that mulled cider now.
Santa laughs and says, oh, absolutely you have. Come, come. And
So I take my battle from and like, I'm gonna get this now.
Santa
Yep.
Santa nods and says, make yourself ready. We've got a lot of preparations to do. And with that, you all have a fantastic Christmas Eve. You have a fantastic Christmas evening, and much merriment is had, and everyone gets to live happily ever after, except the goblin, kind of. But he gets to live. Thank you all very much, guys, for taking part in the little one-shot. I am going to be running a more long-term campaign, hopefully, with you guys in the future. Sam has already been playtesting it with me and Tanya. And yeah, if you guys are up for that.
I've done so many awful things to goblins.
Actually, you've not done that many awful things to goblins in the campaign. You've just...
Okay, so Because a goblin struck me, I made him terrified. Then I grabbed him by the head and froze his skull.
Oh yeah, that was a thing you did.
And that
Yeah.
was because Tanya ran out of spell slots. Tristan was dead.
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, I've had to create a lot of NPCs because when you've only got 2 players, it gets a bit tricky.
Especially when we're both spellcasters.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I hope you guys all had fun.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for running the session.
No, thank you
Yeah,
all for
thank
taking
you.
part.
That was fun.
Anyway, I will stop the recording in a second, and I hope everyone who gets to watch this enjoyed, that you had a very Merry Christmas, and you all have a Happy New Year. Until then, take care, everyone.